All right. Well, sorry about that. Well, it wasn't anything I did wrong necessarily. I mean, everything. I actually clicked the stream button this time. The issue was restream. I guess is down from the outage as well, which that's what I was connected to. Anyways, man, I was talking for what, like 5 minutes. Well, I said it was we essentially went through 2 hour supplies and we just got through there. So I was looking. I think the long side is best now that we've worked that zone. So pullbacks and then targeting 300s seems to be pretty good. But Project X is down for me as well. That's what I'm trading Tick on. That's what I'm trading the futures desk on. So not a lot for me to do. I could take trades on this Funded Futures Network account, but that's about it. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. I hit the stream button, and countdown finished everything. Say good morning to everybody, and my upstream was good on OBS. It's all green bars. Bitrate looks good. But yeah, this one was out of my control. It was just restream. I don't think TopStep will give a free reset because it's just Project X wide. I mean, Eddie would probably have a better idea of it, but I don't think they will because it's not like... I think it's just been out. So maybe if you were in a trade when Project X went out, like overnight, I don't know when exactly it was, then they would, but generally not otherwise. All right, well, I'm glad I got the stream up and running. That's good. Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of other sites down. Let's do a letter writing campaign to Jeff Bezos just to let him know we're displeased. Excuse me, sir. Can you hop off your yacht? Go into the boardroom. Find the cause of this. All right, so chat. Maybe there won't be any good setups. That's the hope, I think. When we can't trade, I don't want to see any slam dunk setups, right? I don't mind seeing chop. So we'll see if this Project X gets sorted. Let us know, chat. If you find Project X up and running, please let us know in chat that it's up and running again. Yeah, Eddie has some sage advice saying if there's widespread outages everywhere, he suggests having a little restraint, not entering trades until everything is confirmed back up. And that'll probably slim down the support tickets of people having stupid issues. I think being customer support at a prop firm seems like tough work. I just know how, emotions can be high when you lose an account or something, you don't make money, something goes wrong and you don't make money. I've been upset when things which seem outside my control go wrong, and but remember there's great people like Eddie on the other side of the customer support chat box there. Yep. Nothing is their fault ever. Yep. That's a problem, isn't it? Like, the thing is, like, with the My Funded Futures one, when I was copy trading accounts, and I was watching the accounts individually to make sure everything worked, I was pretty sure that it worked. But you do click a box on Volumetrica you're saying you agree, any issues, whatever, it's not their responsibility. So you're taking on that liability yourself in that case. So really, yeah, it's frustrating. I think I did everything right, but that just comes with the territory. So tough shit, All right, sharp little pullback here. Under 800 would be even better. You know, something like down there. Good morning, G-Man. How you doing? I had a pretty good weekend, chat. Let me tell you about it. Friday, from Chicago, you probably know about it. Wow, my stream like crashed out there for a second. So I had pizza a few months. So all week long, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get pizza on Friday. I'm gonna look forward to it all week. So I did. That was good. Saturday, Rachel and I went to the casino. We played blackjack for the first time, which was a great time. It's really fun. Rachel was a riot. Everyone at the table loved her. Of course. It's a good pull back there. We're playing at the minimum, $15 minimum table. We both sat down with $100. We were there for a couple hours, and we came out ahead $15. So it was pretty fun. Turning into a legit gambler now. I've always been a gambler, man. I used to play poker a lot back in the day. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I was running really hot. But then of course the cards evened out. And that died down a little bit. What was your highest earnings that table? I don't know. Most of the time I was just betting $15 a pop. And I didn't double down very often. But I hit several blackjacks. You know, a good amount. And honestly, it was so fun. Look at ES here, grinding higher. I'm going to put a long on. This is just not much to this one. And then last night I went out to dinner with some neighbors of ours. It's good time. Nice, Mayan. That sounds fun. You ever been to the fish tables? No, I mostly played online poker. I played poker at a casino once in Atlantic City. Pretty much sat down. I didn't have any money to my name. I literally was playing with $60 in chips, I think. Maybe it was $100. It was pretty much almost all my money. It was like my entire net worth. And I pretty much folded, got pocket tens, played it. This guy was being a little aggro, and so I ended up pushing. I ended up doubling up, and then I left the table. Did a little hit and run there. That was my only time playing poker at a casino. I'll tell you what. You want to know a site that's not down? Prop from Gorilla Baby. Running strong. No AWS here. Fuck it. No Amazon. Just look at that uptime. Look at everything running, functioning well. Wow. It's fast too. Wow. Suck it, Bezos. He's like, I can't hear you from my yacht. And why is he responding then? Don't think about it too much. Just play along. It's improv, baby. All right. Suffered healthy dose of drawdown there. Back to my entry. Has anyone ever played Spanish 21? That version of Blackjack? I walked by a table. There's no one at it. No one was playing Spanish 21, but it seems pretty cool. Seems like very similar, but just seems like some more favorable rules. You mean Tiono? Oh, Biente Uno. I got you. 21. Biente Uno. Sorry, I'm not used to reading Spanish out loud. Biente Uno. Sure. I mean, sure. Everyone is spamming Tops Up chat. It's mad awkward. Well, it sucks when you force everyone into one platform and then that one platform doesn't work. So I understand the frustration from the user side. Obviously, this one's outside of their control, so you understand being like, well, them's the breaks. That's how it works. You know, stuff goes down. That's just the internet. So, you know, you can see two sides of it, but obviously it's annoying as a trader. I mean, Rhythmic is working just fine. Fun and Futures Network, Rhythmic, baby. Let's go. TradeFi is also down. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things will be down. Trade Syncer seems to be like kind of hit or miss. Project X in general, Project X accounts. What up, Rodri? Haven't seen you in chat in a while. Hope you've been doing well. The AWS outage is probably saving retail for themselves. Well, don't tell them that. They will be very upset. That notion that they need saving. It could be a lower high here. I was hoping for a little bit of a stronger response there from buyers. What's up, Owen? How you doing? But yeah, no, in general, I think, you know, look, Mondays can be a little dicey, and so sometimes no trade, especially off the open, is a good thing. I scaled one out there. I've been enjoying scaling out a lot because I've been doing that on micros, and it's been helpful. Yeah, let's do Project X because for lost income, I was gonna make $1 million today. I don't normally make more than $200, but I'm gonna sue them for $1 million because I was gonna make $1 million today. All right, I gotta flatten that one. Roger, you watched the Grand Sumo Tournament in London this weekend. Once in a lifetime experience. I've never heard of the Grand Sumo Tournament. Sounds like an interesting experience for sure. $1 million, please. Money, please. Well, maybe I should have just stayed in this one. It's just looking it's so kind of lackluster though in general. It's not a lot of strength here. So they normally do it in Japan, the sumo tournament. That makes sense. It's only been done once outside of Japan before. Cool. Now, was there a large crowd? Were there a lot of fans? Or just people who are curious about it? Eddie says, a little late here, but you'd be surprised at the amount of tickets we receive from people who would have made money and want their accounts reimbursed with those hypothetical profits. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised. I think trader support, I think traders in general can be a miserable bunch. Especially if you're like maybe more on the beginner spectrum. Or like Eddie says, where you just don't take responsibility for anything. Eddie, why'd you put me on blast like that? Honestly, I can vouch for Grizz normally making money. Like, Grizz would have been up 668 by now, if not more. If, you know, what is it? Past performance indicates future results. Whatever they say. Why is Project X /TopStep down and TradingView fine? Well, you could host it on different servers, right? So you could be using TradingView's stuff, but then also hosting it on your server, I believe. Or like, you know, so TradingView is probably using some other server, and TopStep Project X uses AWS for their system. I don't know enough about that stuff, but I assume that's just what it is. It's just like they host with AWS, where TradingView has, you know, TradingView doesn't, something like that. Tradeabate's working, right? Seems like Tradeabate's, well, waiting for it to load. Maybe Tradeabate's down too. It's loading just a little slow. Yeah, there we go. Tradeabate looks like it's working. How'd my fantasy team do? Freaking crushed it, honestly. So, you know, to kick things off, Jalen Warren is like my flex. You know, sometimes I bench him. Usually, you know, sometimes I play him kind of guy. I played him on Thursday, and he scored 17 points without any touchdowns. I have Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had like 35 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was hilarious. So he cooked real good for me. Who else did I have? And I have Olave from the Saints, and he's been riding my bench all year. Just because he usually scores, you know, 10, 11 points. And yesterday he sat on my bench and scored 24 points. But I had Stevenson on the Patriots. He scored about 16 points. Hurts, my quarterback, scored 30. So I had 126 points. My defense is going to play tonight, the Seahawks. So, yeah, I'm still first in the league, 7-0. How about you, Grizz? Do you have JT or CMC? No. So my cousin who's the commissioner, he has JT. Any hockey fans here? I like hockey, Lexi. I'm not a big fan. Like, I don't really watch it very closely, but I like it, if that counts for anything. I followed the Penguins a little bit in like 06, 07. It's like, you know, Fleury, Crosby, Malkin. It's a good bunch there. You have Knicks, nice. How's your record in the league? That was a golden era of our hockey. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Oh, you're a Wings fan? Yeah, my buddy's a big. I mean, he's from Detroit. He's a big Red Wings fan. No, I see. I didn't know how much Nick scored. Someone in my league has him. Let's see who. Oh, he scored 43 points. Wow. Yeah, so it's funny. The last place guy in my league, he's 0-6. He hasn't had a win yet. He scored the most points in the league yesterday, and he had Knicks, Judkins, Addison. He scored 153 points. So yeah, okay, Knicks crushed it. Yeah, I saw they had a comeback win. That much I saw, but I didn't catch the game. I just saw like the kind of like the fourth quarter comeback thing. That one wasn't like a tipped catch that was like scooped, something like that. Honestly, I thought this week was kind of lackluster. Like a lot of games were not super close. That seemed like one of the closest. That was probably the closest game, right? Yeah, good thing you started Knicks, huh? That'd be a real bummer. Fantasy football's fun. It's fun. Adds a little excitement to your Sunday. Yeah, as far as we know, all Project X issues are still persisting. I have not heard otherwise, Forever Noble. Yeah, I benched so this week I benched Pittman and Olave because I mean last week Pittman didn't do shit. Olave, normally doesn't break out like that. Pickens, I gotta start Pickens, even with CeeDee Lamb back. He still had 82 yards. And of course Devontae went off, so that was good. And Stevenson, I put Stevenson in last minute in the place of Pittman, which cost me about 1.5 points. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Sorry if you do not care about American football, but not a lot going on right now. A lot of people are locked out trading anyway. Tomorrow I won't be on till a little later. I gotta get blood work done at 8:30, so I'll probably be on at I gotta eat then after that because I can't eat beforehand. I'll probably be on at like 9:30 tomorrow, 9:30, 10. If it gets too late, then I might not stream at all. But I'll try to stream tomorrow. Yeah, let's call it 9:45 or so. I'll probably be on. So remember that chat when someone asks, "Where is he? I'm streaming today." I'll be there. I'll be there for you. Yeah, colonoscopy again. You laugh, Grizz. You laugh. You wait till you get my age. Nah, just follow up blood work is all. The colonoscopies I do every Friday just to kick off my weekend. See, I get the Tick Trader Project X login to work. I mean, like the login page loads, but past that, it's just a network error. So we're gonna have to be patient. I think we're just gonna have to come back tomorrow with ready to do it. I wouldn't mind, like, if we could be up by this afternoon. Like, I'm just looking to make 250 a day on my accounts. Like Futures Desk is a static account that's small. Tick. You just need, it's 10 accounts. I just need $250. Alistair, on a side note, anyone know any good resto mod companies? I assume that's restoring and modification. I'm not familiar with that term. Companies in the EU or UK to send my old Jag to. That's like the most British sentence I've ever read. Yeah, size would be micros, like five micros exit for 250. Potential lower high here on both indices. Maybe we can see a little flush down. Close to overnight highs. That'd be nice, somewhere around here. But this is just right now just pretty boring consolidation up here at the highs. Nothing too interesting going on. I try. I even put a tweet suit to Reddit. There you go. Got a little cup of tea in front of you. All right, Colin, go get some work done, man. Probably a good day to go do it. Head out early. We'll catch you tomorrow, though. Tomorrow a little later than usual, but I'll be here. I'll adjust my scheduled stream start time to be a little bit later so as to not throw people off. Brian, what up? You had some technical difficulty? Yeah, no worries. Everyone's having those this morning. It's all good. All right, well, just a spike to new highs here on NASDAQ, not the drop I was hoping. Alistair, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last word. I don't know how to pronounce that. Before getting first payout on my funded, should you build a buffer or just take out as much as you can as soon as you can? I mean, there's two schools of thought. I lean towards taking out as much as soon as you can. That's what I lean on doing. Just because your return on investment, even if you lose those accounts, assuming you didn't reset like 5 million times, your return on investment is really solid. Especially if you trade multiple, accounts, you're really seeing that profit start to stack up. You could always get some more accounts and do it again. I don't know. I think it's pretty important to secure some sort of bag. Just because you're speaking from someone who has lost a few bags, not doing that, I would say usually getting the bag is best. But it depends on how consistent you are. If you are just like a machine, if you see your counter P&L is just like freaking all green, or your red days are very well within the realm of acceptable loss, then yeah, keep going, man. Keep going. But it really comes down to the individual trader. And me, you know, I can get a really good streak going, and then often, historically, not anymore because I'm changing, but historically, I would then blow it in 2 days of just tough price action. Plus, you're never guaranteed tomorrow. Take it back when you can, says Dole Biscuit. That's why my wife eats dessert first. You never know. What if you're at dinner, a car drives through the storefront, runs you over right before you eat dessert, and you went out on a bite of green beans instead of cake? How disappointing. Feels like ascending wedge-ish to me here on NASDAQ. Buy a classic car. The pain you go through every day makes trading seem like a walk in the park. Why do I want to add to the pain? I'm not trying to make life harder. I mean, does it give you any joy? See Dan on a moped. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Mopeds are fun as hell. If you still you're like, okay, I don't want to die on this thing, but I want to feel the breeze through my hair. My in-laws have like some mini bikes and mopeds and stuff, so when I go over there, I always ride one. Steak from Jake Farm. What up? BPM is back. Hell yeah, it is. Project X is down across the board, no matter what firm you're on. Project X is down. For Chicago traffic. Yeah, maybe in the summer and the fall. I hope we don't just have this slow grind up. Like I wouldn't mind seeing kind of a quick drop at one of these spots here. Got some levels I'm watching. Oh, we got previous all-time highs and an R1 pivot right around here. Usually I want to see like a kind of a capitulation up that gets rejected and then a drop. Slot. Sorry, I don't Sloat. Don't know how to say your name. Proud of you, dude. I followed you since your first trading video and your challenges versus experienced traders. You've come so far, dude. Thanks. I appreciate that. Just trying to get better every day. I think that it's true with trading. It never stops. And my goal is just to improve at least every week. I want to see improvement. And sometimes it's like this past week was tough. Felt pretty frustrating, to be honest. I think I had like 3 just terrible sessions in a row. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was always like boom, boom, boom. So I could not wait for the weekend to come, honestly. What trade copy are you using? I'm using TradeSyncer. But not right now because there's just issues with Project X. And TradeSyncer seems like... it actually seemed like it was working okay. I think it's just connecting to these Project X accounts is where the issue is, because Project X has issues. So right now I'm not copying anything at the moment. That is generally my setup here. Oh, it's sloth. Okay. Your spirit animal, nice. Joaquin, what up? How you doing, man? All right. Sending wedge here. See if it ends in a drop. Can we get follow through here? Can sellers pick up the pace? Can they start piling in here? That's what I'm watching. See? All right, here's like a very plain 2-hour chart. As of right now, again, pretty bullish. Breaking out of this little range. So assuming like the 2-hour chart doesn't just wick and you know, we get smacked down in the next whatever hour or whatever, then this is looking pretty like an all-time high test is inevitable to me. All-time highs are not far away. Just, you know, 165 points. So, you know, if we zoom out from the 1 minute, you have to say, okay, I guess up it is. So it'd be much better to not buy the highs if that's your thesis. Top Step shut off their live. It was too much for them. That's funny. It's funny. Annoying if you're, you know, look, as a live streamer, something's out of your control. That'd be obnoxious to just, you know, like when I get a lag on my internet, it's frustrating when there's nothing I can do about it. Everyone's just like, lag, lag. And you're like, yeah, okay. You know, what do you want me to do? Oh, there's a deer outside my window. So I get it, but that's kind of funny though. Yeah, poor Eddie, right? Yeah. Let's pour one out for Eddie, dealing with upset traders. Probably endless tickets of upset traders saying, I make $1,000 off this setup every day. There were 5,800 people in there, half of them asking for free resets. Good Lord. I would shut off my live stream too if it got like that. You got to see both sides of things. It's just a better way to get through life, I think. I'm not like, oh, take the side of the firm, but like you just understand that they're not doing anything to you, you know? It's just the way the internet world works sometimes. How's that Chicago weather? It's awesome. Finally getting the nice fall temperatures. You know, it's in the 40s right now, high 40s, but it's 40s and sunny. It's going to be in the low 60s today. It's just gorgeous. I love it. Then you can have a free reset. Griswold, I'll reset your account status from mod to plebeian. All right, so we can see falling out of this wedge here, but let's see if we can actually close heavy. No fair, Eddie. I want a free reset. Don't give it to Grizz. Excuse me there. Had a little touch of the sneezies. What's up, Botan? Good morning. All right. Well, chat. Nah, it's just allergies, man. This weather's not gonna get me sick. Come on. Isn't that just like an old wives' tale, anyways? Like going out in the cold gets you sick or something. All right, so now I'm going to look and see here if this is a rejection or we reclaim this, then we're just going to flow higher probably. Prefer the rejection and a move lower. What's up, Fath? Trades, day's fine. You know, obviously I would like to be trading Top Step X, or not Top Step X, Project X. But that's outside my control, so not going to worry about it. Just got to be, we got to get in that little Zen mode. You know, not worried so much about Project X or whatever. And just control what we can control. If you lock yourself in an industrial sized freezer overnight, you can catch a cold. Yeah, your whole body can catch a cold and end up stiff. So much calmer over here than Top Step TV. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, that's always the case. It's always calmer. This is the calmest stream. Trading stream. I mean, okay, there's some that are like so calm that are too boring. And I hope to find the balance between the right amount of chatter, the right amount of technical analysis, the right amount of trading. That's a fine balance to strike. All right, Grizz, have a good time at the gym. I'm getting back on the gym regimen. Worked out with the trainer Friday and then doing today and tomorrow. Trying to get the ball rolling down the hill. It's after I travel or get sick. In this case, I did both. It's always hard for me to get the regimen back, you know. I mean, look, this situation with Project X, this can happen with Rhythmic too. Rhythmic has its outages, but it's a good time to plug Fun at Futures Network because not only do they have a really good deal right now, that you get a free license to Edge Pro X, which is this platform you see on my screen. So not only is it 50% off their evals, no activation fee, you also buy one, get one. So you buy one account, you get another one. So for like a 50K, it's the best freaking deal I've seen. I think it's like $37 for two, or each when you get two, because of the buy one, get one. And you get Edge Pro X software, which is $35 a month usually. So they're pretty solid. Want to check out Fun and Features Network? They're on Platform Gorilla right there. You can check out their different plans. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This is the 150K Express, I believe. Anywho, that's all on Rhythmic. Edge Pro X is the software. It's Motive Wave. If you've heard of Motive Wave, Edge Pro X is the same thing. It's just the Edge Clear's white labeled version of it. Legsy, you got tendonitis in your left wrist / forearm, so you can't lift or play hockey. And now I can't trade. About to lose my mind. Oh, man. I had something. I think I had like a stress fracture or something in my left forearm that made it. I couldn't box for a while, which sucked. For months, actually. It was like it lingered for like maybe 2+ months, and now it's finally better. Sorry, I blanked out when you mentioned the prop firm. It's I don't know if you're joking or not. I said Funded Features Network. Funded Features Network. So we got the break from that, you know, sending wedge thing. Not really the kind of, not like the speed or movement from a drop that I really would excite me at all. Like sellers don't really seem very interested. This is only a 37.5 point drop from the highs to the swing low here. So not really, I don't really see this playing out, especially now with this candle coming in here. Just looks like a continuation on up. I would first look to the upside. I would look to see 277-ish. I got some supply zone there, 690-minute supply zone. If you want to know why a 690-minute supply zone, only use it for futures. That's because futures are open 23 hours a day. So 690-minute turns each daily candle into 2 candles. So it divides them in half. And I find it pretty useful. What are your thoughts about the Deep Charts platform? I don't know anything about it. I've heard the name. That's all I know. Oh, what I said last time, I think someone asked me maybe last week, and I said, it doesn't matter. It's like not going to be better than the platform I'm using right now. Because if it's web-based, no browser-based platform can be better than a desktop platform. In terms of power and capabilities and functionality, you're never going to beat this. In my opinion. I mean, in 2025, it's not gonna be better. Vikas, what up? How you doing? McZachary, hey man, how's it going? How you been doing the past few months? Pretty good, not bad. More concerning, the deep state or the deep municipality? Jake always asking the poignant questions. Deep Charts looks like a white label version of Volumetrica. Well, then in that case, I know for a fact it's not better than the platform I'm using now. Volumetrica kind of sucks ass. And, that's where I had the trade copier issues. But it sucks ass. I mean, it's okay. If you just need to enter orders, fine. Be careful with the trade copier. But any other payout method other than Rise for MFFU? Well, just check prop from Gorilla. Rise is the only one listed, and that's the only one I know of. So that's probably the only one they had on their site. So maybe hit up their support, and then if you find out, let me know. I'll add it to the site. But Rise, I think, is just what they use. Eddie says nope, only Rise. So maybe just hit up Rise, see if you can do your KYC again. See if you can, give them what they need. That's why they can say instant payouts, because Rise is instant. Yeah, Rise is. You have Rise, you have Wise. Should I start a payment processing thing called Thighs? New highs here. Again, watch if you're trading, you know, if you're long, see what happens here at supply zone. You might just plow right through it. I don't know, but it's a good thing to watch. Maybe, you know. So the way I play it is if I got long somewhere on a pullback, let's say I got long 5 micros, and I want 300. Personally, I'm gonna front run 77 here, probably take off maybe 2 of the contracts, something like that. Scale out of the trade. That way, in case the supply zone does turn up some sellers here, I don't have to sweat any pullback. Guys. Dies Without a Face is my favorite Billy Idol song. I don't know it. Don't know it, Jake. I don't know much Billy Idol. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think my cough is starting to really, you know, leave my lungs. Okay, that makes more sense, Jake. I was like, there's probably a joke in there somewhere I'm just not getting. He has a track called Eyes Without a Face. So the Eyes Without a Face, pretty good. I wish I knew the reference offhand so you didn't have to explain it to me. All right, here we go. Here's the level I just mentioned. Let's see if any sellers show up here. Rise is the most stubborn platform. I jinxed it. I coughed. They're not ready to verify your documents manually. That's annoying. Forever Noble, you would have gotten cooked trading this PA. Yeah, Outage is a blessing in disguise. I'm thinking it's a blessing in disguise for the majority of traders, considering the majority of traders are not consistently profitable. But yeah, this price action is whatever. It's not. It's kind of feels kind of typical as of late, especially for a Monday. Just like kind of slow grind higher. Nothing too interesting there. Good morning, Tom. How you doing? Brian plus 350 calling it a day. All right, well done. All right, so we are at supply zone. I mentioned I would, if I was long targeting 300, I'd probably scale out a couple here, and then I sit pretty comfortably in this trade and see if it can hit my target, knowing I capture a little bit of profit. I think that's a pretty simple way to play this. I think staying long is a good idea, so I don't see the reason to exit the trade completely. I think, like I mentioned, testing the 300s, not just 300 level, but like into the 300s seems pretty likely to me now that we broke this kind of range top we've had. Now I want to see us get into the stuff before all-time highs. This whole section here, which we are quickly gaining on. So this whole 300s up to 400 essentially. This whole section. I wouldn't be surprised to see some action around here today. Maybe it's a little dicier. Whatever. Make it crappy and less easy to catch, and then then we kind of pop up in the afternoon, something like that. Whatever. That's the ugliest wrong I've ever seen in my life. The idea is testing those all-time highs at some point. We're only 120 points away. Any other screens? Yeah, I can show you a heat map if you want. I don't have one loaded up because for this trading PC, I just use 2 monitors. And so the top monitor has OBS on it, which is for my stream. And so this one, I'm just using this one. I'm just using one screen here in Edge Pro X. Sorry, that's not a heat map. Here's a heat map. This is a ES on the heat map. I don't think NASDAQ is really worth looking at on a heat map perspective. 158 lots at 65. Nothing too crazy there. Trade Day wrote on Discord that they resolved the issue. Okay, Lupek, thanks for the update there. Let me check in with Tick Tick Trader, see if that's working out. Have you ever tried using Footprint? Yeah, I have. You know, I know people like Carmine and stuff. They can really read it well, derive a decent bit of value from it. I find the heat map a little bit easier for me to read. Obviously, you don't get the same information. Man, I hate how it works on MotiveWave, though. That's one of the reasons why I find it frustrating to use is MotiveWave. I don't know what setting I have that makes it pretty hard to read. But like, if I turn off this vertical lock here, sometimes it like just zooms off screen like it just did. Anyway, so I don't use it a ton. Oh, never mind. False alarm on Trade Day's side there. Yeah. Tick Tick's still not working here at Project X. And even that, you know, even after it gets back up and running, may still have more issues. But yeah, I think Project X as a whole will get back online, and then all the firms will just will be working. That's what I think. So we did have 500 lots hit for the buy side at 62s on ES. Oh, this looks pretty bullish right here. But this is why, you know, having targets to take profit at, like supply zone here, I like a lot. If you didn't have this level on here, maybe you get a little nervous, still in this long full position. You're like, why are we like stalling out here? But you take some money off the table here, and this way you can allow it to pull back against you. It's not a big deal, and you can hold for the bigger move to 300. Just my opinion. Footprint charts are really good on range charts because all the candles are the same size. Yeah. What is this one set up as? It's a 5 minute, I think. Or it's still like a 5 range here. No, not 5. I think it's 20. Got this third-party app to ban the numbers 1 and 3 while I use TradingView so I don't look at the 1 minute or 3 minute or 30-second charts. Nice. Whatever gets the job done. You know, on Project X, you can like, you know, set max contracts. Or I think you can blacklist yourself from instruments and stuff. Same idea. Sometimes you have to force it, you know. Excuse me. Touch of the sneezies. All right, chat. Well, I'm gonna throw a boredom long on here. Don't follow what I'm doing, that's for sure. Consider yourself an order flow trader now? No, I don't. Think of starting an investment vehicle. I want to call it Sonic the Hedge Fund. What do you think? I think I'm in. I'm in. Just let me know where to send my check to. Kind of nailed the timing there. Let's see if we can get some follow through. I think 300 is a good target. Wonder if the new Trade of 8 / Ninja Trader prop is going to have features like that from Project X. I imagine so. I don't know anything about them, though. I haven't traded them. I haven't heard anything great about them. Don't turn around before 300. Don't do that. That would be highly rude, to say the least. It would be very rude. What does the ABC indicator represent? It represents me not labeling a line. So where it says ABC there, I just didn't, that was a line I drew, and by default, the text is ABC. So that just means I didn't take the time to label it. Usually I do that for just really quick retest lines. I'm just like kind of visualizing something that I don't, it's not like a long-term line. I'm just deleting it, you know? So that's all that is. 300's right there. We got a handful of sellers sitting up there. Kind of wish I entered with 2 contracts instead of 1. Not just because it's a winning trade, but then I can take one off at 300 and kind of hold for the bigger move. Come on. Don't pull back now. Wow. Very rude. Very rude to turn around right before 300 here. I had a great entry. Zero drawdown. You know, it took off as soon as I entered, essentially. Looks like I might not get paid on it, though. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, there's 300. 299. 300. Boom. Terrific. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Eat that liquidity up. Well, Pac-Man. Come on. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Do you guys not do the gobble sound with your... Is that just me? Okay. Trailing now that we got the 300 sweep. I'd like to see a sustain into the 300s. I think that, like I mentioned on the higher time frame, start working through the 300s today. To me, makes a lot of sense. This could be a trade, you know, you could sit in, or I could sit in for maybe a while if I really wanted to. Move my stop down below something. You know, just give it some room to breathe. But in this case, I think I might just want to grab the profit here. All right, out of that one. Oh, a nice little trade there. Nothing too crazy. It was 14 points. Right? 14 points. Am I doing that math right? Yeah, 14 3/4. Yep. So 2 for 2 here. Really wanted to just have a decent session after some struggles last week. Just really wanted to come back on the right foot here. I think I've done that so far. You know, have been nice to have been able to take a trade or two on the tick accounts, but no such luck. That's all right. Just the way things go. Project X is still down. Project X is still down. Yep. I think we'll hear all about it when it gets back up, you know. I think it'll be big news for everybody. Look at ES, still plowing ahead. I think we're gonna really do some work through 300s now. I'm tempted to get back in. But that original entry is hard to beat that 79 entry. Nice. You made your profit goal during Asia session. Very nice. Good. Botan, you want to short this so bad? Really? Why? What about the charts makes you want to short it, other than the fact that we're just up 1.2% on nothing? We're just going to all-time highs. I mean, all-time highs are not far away. Are they marked on here? It's like 500 or something? No. They're not even at 500. It's only 392 or something? We're so close to all-time highs. And every time we dip, we just grind right back up. Grind right back up. I'm interested to see if buyers, you know, if we start to see some limit orders on the heat map, supporting price. Obviously, we had that 500 lot order there. We had 500 lot order at 62. So 62, 68. Spike up to the next supply zone there. Gotcha, Botan. Gotcha. What are you saying, Riley? What are you saying about NASDAQ? I'm a little confused. Yeah, NASDAQ can be a little bit wild. It can be a little wild, that's for sure. That's why we love it. Right? Yeah, mine. I am doing the S2F Plus accounts. Yeah, it's a little wacky. Yeah, they move stuff into a live wallet for you. A little strange. So what I like about it is you can just make like $250 a day and get a payout, and you're multiplying that by 10. I'm trading 10 accounts, so I'm curious to see what it's like. It's a little wacky, so it's one of those things that's like reading it all about it's a little bit confusing. So I just want to I want to do it and see what it's like and see if I like it or not. And that way I can speak with firsthand experience on it. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. I'm optimistic though. It seems very doable to me. You can also make 2,000 in a day. It doesn't affect your consistency or anything. Love that. Like, I like it when you don't feel pressure to make a ton of money, and you don't feel pressure, or then but then you also don't feel like you're not going to get a payout if you only take base hits, right? So, I don't like. I think the issue with the Tradeify Street to Fund that I have is like, okay, the whole time I'm trading the 150K, I'm like, I got to make $9,000. When you make $400 or something, you're like, man, that's like, it's going to take me forever. That's like over 20 trading days making $400. That's a lot with no losses. So, being able to trade and just go for base hits and then also have that 10x multiplier by trading 10 accounts, to me, it might be a sweet spot. I think sometimes with prop firms, you do have to find like that. What kind of rules work best with your psychology and your trading style? Right now, this is just a 150K eval. Would be copy trading it over to those accounts if Project X was up. Yeah, Eddie. Let me know how it goes for you, Eddie. Like, keep me informed on your progress. So I'm curious. So yeah, Tick-Tick's pretty interesting. We'll see what the experience is like, but we got some interesting stuff going on. Wow, you're on day 27 of your Tradeify 150K account, but it's only 180 away from 9K. Nice, man. You're crushing it. That's great. Just use prop from Gorilla. Nice, Tom. Do you like Lucid? Yeah, I do. I mean, I've only heard good things. I have personally not traded them. I think Eddie has traded them, but I think they're solid. I mean, I've only heard good things. And with Lucid, you get a Motiveway or Edge Pro X, I forget which one, license. So if you want to try out this platform that I use every day, it's free with Lucid, which is sick. Again, you get it free with Lucid and Funded Futures Network. Those two are the ones I know. So next supply zone here. Again, I think staying long is definitely the way to be. It's kind of day. I don't like that stop out I had, obviously, in hindsight, but I hate getting stopped out on a wick like that, even with a trailing profit. Jim, you've only heard bad things about Tick-Tick. It's a disaster for having payouts. Well, guess what? I'm going to do my damnedest to get a payout, and I will let you know how that goes. And Eddie will do it too. So, we'll see. Ideally, we'll get two, reviews from the community here. One from me and one from Eddie. Yeah, because you missed a clean setup due to the outage, yeah. But I'm still cool and focused, not in a hurry to become rich overnight. Well, that's the right attitude to have going into trading anyway. So there you go. There you go. You're on the right path with that mindset alone. What up, Ken? How you doing? Push, push. Push, push. Doing some work through the 300s. As you said, they've had some issues when they first started up, but they refined their accounts and payout policy and program as a whole. Haven't had any verified issues in months. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm usually not quick to jump on a new firm, because there are oftentimes, there's more risk. There's some maybe kinks in their system. Maybe they try to do something and realize they can't. I think Eddie just started around the same time I did, Thursday or something. Is this the first time this kind of outage has happened for so long in Topstep? It's all Project X, just to be clear. For an outage this long, I feel like this is a long time. Usually when there's outages, a lot of times it's only a half hour or something like that. Yeah, Jim, I think that's a fair approach too. What up, Noah? Good morning. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Honestly, not a bad move here. That entry was so money. I just kind of wish I didn't feel the urgency to step out. Noah says somebody gifted me a membership. Well, I can give you I can narrow it down to either most likely is from Evan, which I don't know if he's here today. It's Evan or Wookie. We had a big gifting membership spree. Was it last Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that? I think maybe over 100 memberships were gifted, which was super generous of chat. Just further proof that we have the best community in town. It doesn't need to be the biggest, but it is the best. Yeah, that was fun. It's fun seeing all that, positivity and just people being generous. So who all is doing the Tradeify Grand Cup? It's free if you already have a Tradeify account. And also, what team are you on? Because I'm wondering what team I should be on here. I almost want to be on Rocket Scooter's team, considering Matt won the last competition. Looks like they added more like affiliates or whatever to be on their team. They haven't added me though. I don't think I do enough business for them. What's the point of teams? I don't know. Maybe it's just another fun element. Do you think half of these guys are scammers, or what percentage of these guys are like faking shit? Here are the teams. Who are the fakers here? There's got to be plenty, right? I mean, look, this guy's a car. He's not even a person. Cars can't trade, bro. Like, who's actually a good trader? I think Matt is, right? I think he's proven to be a good trader. Rips, probably, right? He's made a lot of money as a trader. Kane, I think, has proven, verified payouts. I don't know. Rips is a sociopath. Yeah, probably, Huh. Rips is a freak and former scammer. Oh, see, what's interesting is a lot of people started off being fake ass scammers. Like at the least, they were paper trading when they were pretending not to paper trade. At the most, they had some more or photoshopping stuff, or selling courses without any real value, stuff like that. Yeah, Matt from Rocket Scooter seems like he's been around for a long time. I remember seeing his stream back around the same time I found Trades by Matt. Running credit card scams? Okay. Well, I didn't know that. That's pretty shitty. Look, there's a lot of ways to make money. I'd rather make money from, like money that you don't feel like you're screwing people over by, making. I think that's better. I'd rather put out positive energy in the world than that kind of stuff. If you look up his real name, is that why he goes by Rips? So you don't Google his real name and see like court cases or something. Well, maybe I'll join Team Rocket Scooter then. Yeah, I go by my real fucking name, and it's very Googleable. There's one other Dan Inskeep out there, and he's like a graphic designer in Portland or something. So, yeah. I'm not trying to, I could have faked stuff a long time ago to get people to give me more money, but I would not feel good about that. Why would I want to do that? I'd rather just learn how to trade. Learning how to trade is way harder than scamming, obviously. That's why so many people go, the scamming route. It's way easier to make fast money. Learning to trade is way harder. Alex Podgurski, also known as Rips, is a marketing expert and budding serial entrepreneur. Currently based out of Puerto Rico. Well, he is a good marketer, that's for sure. I mean, he makes a killing in affiliate income. Saying the opposite, Bradley. that was confusing. Do you sell a course to scam the scammers? I'm working on that course now, but scammers are very susceptible to being scammed. What up, Loreni? How you doing? Made a 1 to 6 with a simple H4 breakout over previous candle. Nice. Yeah, that that's what I was thinking in pre-market, even before I started the stream, was like, if we work through that first supply zone we opened up in, then to me the longs look really good, and that they did. Stayed on the long side for both trades today. Sorry, I was just following up on this Rips drama because I didn't really know about it. Yeah, I think it's too hard to short today, at least right now. I think we roll over here, good, like fine. It's extended. Look at the 15-minute chart. We have not had a red candle since 8:30, since the 8:30 open. I think a pullback is necessary. Oh, look, guys, look, it's a fair value gap. Oh my gosh, an elusive fair value gap. Oh, sick. I do think getting a little bit of a roll over here. We do have like a little bit of this, past little uptrend we can keep an eye on, but I would like to see a greater move closer to VWAP. What was the TLDR version? I don't know, because I just read. he was just claiming a lot of trauma for being falsely accused or something. Here's what I know. Some people get falsely accused, and I know some people don't get convicted, and some people are guilty and some people are innocent, and they know what they did if they did something. Same thing with what's that one group called? What were those guys called? Can't remember. Start with an A, right? That one group of like pump and dumpers with Zach Morris. Atlas, thank you. Forgot their name. Like their case also got dismissed, but now they're being reopened. I don't know how all that stuff works, but I'm pretty sure like the evidence I've seen makes them look pretty freaking guilty. And their case also got dismissed. So I kind of rely on my own gut with things like that, and no one's beyond reproach, with that kind of stuff. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know. Dan Knight actually pleaded guilty. That's funny. He pleaded guilty. Everyone else pleaded innocent or something. He was the only one. Okay. He wasn't on the same page with everybody else. He's like, I can't go to prison, man. Now you're more of an AC Slater guy. I honestly never watched Saved by the Bell. Taking 2 trades, chicken. 2 trades. First one I had to handle some drawdown there, and I was in 2 minis. Then got the exit on a small pump back up to the highs. Then longed 280 there to some consolidation. Again, popped out just under 300. That was just one contract. So. Botan, you're up a 1,500 on the free account. Nice. I love when people do well. If I give them an account from a giveaway and they do well, that's awesome. Like imagine getting a payout from an account you won. That's an infinite return on your investment there. And that's proof that you can do it, man. I'm gonna give back if I get one. That's the pay it forward, man. That's great. Boring day for you, Fat. Don't see anything. Yeah, that's fair enough. He's kind of slow grind up, and not a whole lot to do. yawn. Bernard, you can't trade with brackets on Trade of 8 when you're copy trading. Now the way around this, you first just deal with it, right? Is option 1. Option 2 that I know of is do what I've been doing, which is use Trade Syncer, which is a cloud-based trade copier. So for instance, I like trading and charting in MotiveWave or Edge Pro X. And when I use Trade Syncer, it copies the trades to accounts like Trade of 8 accounts or Project X or whatever. So this is my way where I can actually use brackets because it's supported in Edge Pro X. I'm just trading one account, really, a leader account, where I can enter like this with brackets. And since I'm not copying with like Trade of 8's internal copying system, it works. So that's the other way to get brackets in Trade of 8 when copy trading is just use Trade Syncer. If you want to learn about it, I got a link on Prop from Gorilla. Trade Syncer's right there. You can use promo code Gorilla to support the channel, support the website. But I've been pretty pleased with it. Right, I haven't had any big issues, and the copying times are really fast so far. Okay. Eddie, I've currently have quadrupled the normal amount of tickets in your inbox, and you just have to probably say the same thing to everybody, like copy paste. AWS error, blah blah blah, be resolved, and we'll let you know. Withhold from trading until then. Just relax. Take a big tall sip of calm down juice. Maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe that's bad customer support policy. What I've learned is people don't like being told to calm down when they're agitated. It doesn't work. Oof. Well, nice, pretty clean pullback to on ES here into this previous swing high here. Kind of did something similar on NASDAQ. This is like it was a little less clean. Like ES actually got a little tiny sweep of that swing high, and we kind of missed it there on NASDAQ. So a better hit would be like a little bit lower to IBH there. Yeah, markets will be open tomorrow. That is a good reminder. You don't have to make all your money today. In fact, you can't and shouldn't. Okay, well. NASDAQ pretty quickly back to the highs. ES, not so fast. ES, just a small little bounce to about 50% of a retracement there. If you're running a couple of eval combines on top of, can you copy trades? Yes, you can. It's just Project X. Project X allows trade copying, and so does Top Step. No issue there. Seabass, what up? I'm doing well, thank you. Froggy, what up? How you doing, Froggy? You have a good weekend? So if I open a trade, will I have a stop loss and take profit without a bracket order? You can set them after you enter, but they aren't, as far as I know, they aren't OCO. They're not one cancels the other. So watch my screen. If you want to enter this long here, you enter long, and then afterwards you're going to set your stop manually. So if I remember how to do it, you'd set like a limit stop. Is that correct? No? Okay, hang on. I hate doing it manually. It's easier on Tradeify actually, or Tradeivate actually. Stop order. There we go. And make sure it's the same quantity. Okay, so there's your stop, and then you're gonna do the same thing with take profit. Add your trade on the chart. You can't do like OCOs on Tradeivate, as far as I know. And then what you want to do though is make sure if your take profit gets hit, make sure you then exit and cancel all to cancel your stop order. And likewise, conversely, if your stop is hit, make sure you exit and cancel all to cancel your take profit order, because they're not when one gets hit, it's not going to cancel the other when you set them manually like that. If you can't set an OCO manually while trade copying on Tradeivate, I just don't think you can. So you have to do it manually like this, and then you have to click the exit and cancel all button when you're out of the trade to make sure that you don't have any pending orders, because many people, including myself, have been screwed when that happens. Does that make sense? You see it breaking highs? You mean like a high of day or all-time highs? Because it could definitely do either. It's a little bit, it's a slow, steady grind. We finally put in a 15-minute red candle for the first time all session. Maybe in the afternoon we do get the grind higher. But right now I think, I kind of think we need to see a rollover here. I would prefer to see a rollover, I guess. Market can continue melting up if it wants to. High of day, we're already there on NASDAQ. If you're talking about ES, certainly. Especially if NASDAQ starts getting going. If we start heading up here's a level of liquidity right here in the 350s. ES will definitely get up to its highs. There's no news to drive to new highs. I know. Well, the market interprets all news as good news these days, so. I think, you know, without Project X, already taking a few trades here with the Rhythmic account, and us just sitting at the highs, I'm gonna head out. I gotta go work out with the trainer at the gym in a few minutes. And a reminder, tomorrow I do have to get blood work done at 8:30, like at market open. So my stream will probably be set for 9:45 or so tomorrow. Maybe I'll go a little later if the action's good. So I'll be a little late on arrival, but I will be here. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.